How did that even happen? Like, why did that even need to happen? I mean, doing something a little bit different. I'm doing a live reaction to the Steelers barely beating the Bears 29-27. 4-game win streak. Chris Boswell with a clutch field goal at the end. They're 5-3 now, and yet I'm so conflicted on what I just saw because they shouldn't have even been in that situation. They were up 14-3 at the half. They were then up 21-6, and then they just fell apart again. This is the third time this season that the Steelers have had a big lead in the first half, and then all of a sudden they collapse in the second half and nearly lose the game. Like happened against the Denver Broncos, happened against Seattle, and happened again tonight against the Bears. And it's just like I don't know what it is with the Bears, man. Like every time the Bears play the Steelers, it just is against Mike Tomlin's Steelers. They just fall apart. They lose a close one after they win the Super Bowl to Jay Cutler's team. They lost to a team head coached by Mark Trestman. They lost to a team with Mike fucking Glennon as the head quarterback. And, I mean, to the Bears' credit, I'll give them credit. Justin Fields, man, that kid's going to be a big star if Matt Nagy doesn't screw him up like he did with Mitch Trubisky. I mean, he showed a lot of guts tonight, and I got to give the Bears a lot of credit. I got to give him a lot of credit. He was the guy that I thought the Steelers were going to get last year if they fell to him, but he couldn't get to them in time. But yeah, that kid's going to be a big star next year, hopefully. But I should be happy right now. I mean, the Steelers are in a much better position than they were a month ago. They're not 1-3. They're on a 4-game winning streak right now, and they win a close game like this. But I don't know. I just feel conflicted. I feel conflicted by this. I'm happy they won. I'm happy that they moved up to second place in the division, but yeah, I'm just conflicted right now. And all I gotta say is that they better get it together because guess who's coming to town next week? The winless Detroit Lions, and they're coming off of a bye week. Steelers are coming on a short week. Dan Campbell already saw this team earlier in the preseason. I have a video of when I went to that game where the Steelers had like a 24-0 lead, and then the Lions came all the way back to almost win the game, and they didn't. So he's going to be ready for that one, and I'm not feeling good about that one. I don't want to be, you never want to be the team that loses to a winless team, and I'm scared that's going to happen to the Steelers this week. So yeah, if I'm Mike Tomlin and if I'm the Steelers, I'm happy, but I'm also not happy because of the way they couldn't finish the game, they couldn't seal the deal, and they left every Pittsburgh fan with yet another heart attack because they just can't close out games when they need to, even though they win. But yeah, like I said, they won. I should be happy right now, and I'm a little happy, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that this team can have the Lions come to town and not win and lose that game. I'm convinced that they're probably going to lose that game, but I hope I'm wrong. I want this team to prove me wrong every single week because they're getting better, but they keep having these moments where you have to be better than this. You have to be able to finish these games out. But so anyway, that's my first initial thoughts after this game happened. It's about quarter to midnight right now, and so the Steelers win it barely, 29-27 again. Shouldn't have even been that close, but give the Bears credit for making a comeback. Steelers, like I said, get it together because Detroit's coming to town next week, and you do not want to be that team that loses to a team that has not won a single game all year. You just don't want that to happen. So, that's it. So with that said, good night. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another video, hopefully.